are chatting with Jose Cassella. Jose, are you there?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes, Jose, how are you doing? Hey, thanks for joining us at Tampa Bay's Media Talk.
How you doing, guys?
Well, thank you very much for calling. How are you doing? I mean, you're busy. You have a movie out now. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself and about KS Films?
Well, my name is Jose Cassella again, and basically I've been director of photography, which is basically camera and lights, for about 15 years in the business. And recently, actually not recently, but 2 or 3 years ago, when I arrived to Orlando, decided to create, a production company here that where I could basically do other things, things on my own, not shoot for other people, and also find a place where we can just gather the best of the best. And there's an amazing group of people here in Florida. I mean, a lot of artists are just looking for things to do, and I just wanted to form sort of like a group that can somehow attract all these people, and that's how KS Films was born. I mean, basically just out of my need to just create projects of my own and work with interesting people.
So creating things and so your latest film, your latest endeavor, your latest creation really came out of Florida, mostly shot here, I believe, or maybe entirely shot, but it's called Second Coming.
Yeah, Second Coming. And the idea here was I wanted to make a big film. I wanted to make something that not only looked and felt big. I mean, I wanted to compete with the big Hollywood films, but I also wanted to do it with 100% Florida crew. I had some amazing crews here. I mean, from electricians, art directors, actors. I mean, there's some amazing people here, and I wanted to have it all, be from here. A lot of big productions come over here into town, and they only hire they're basically, bottom of the barrel, like the production assistants or things like that. I wanted to kind of start changing that a little bit if possible. I wanted to have everybody from top positions, like above the line, below the line, all be from Florida.
Well, tell us specifically about tell us about Second Coming. I mean, it's a thriller.
And a thriller, in most of your genre, you basically you've honed a lot of skill in
thrillers. The lines of the one thing I can compare it to, it's something in the lines. It's like a thriller / horror film. It's kind of like Sounds of the Lambs and the others, basically. A little bit of both, basically. Mainly it's a thriller. It's got some elements of horror here and there, but very little. It's mainly just a thriller. You
have some big name actors in this film, though.
We got some really good people here. We have a fantastic actor called Greg Thompson, who's out of Atlanta right now, but he's also in Los Angeles and here a lot. I mean, he's a really good guy. And we got Julia Reeves, which is a local actress, who's fantastic. We got a lot of known talent actors from here, locally, like Kevin O'Neill, Melissa Gruber. Great people on it. The other joy it was working with big crew people. Like we have the special effects team from from Spider-Man 4, from The Ring. We have the editor that worked on Panic Room and Fight Club. I mean, it was really cool, and they all came in they greatly reduced their rates to work on a film. It was only straight for the script, and that was really cool to work. I mean, it was great. It was great to work with really good people, and that was great. It was great overall. It was a fantastic experience.
As an excellent director yourself and an incredible, talented writer with the crew backed up from an incredible Florida-based crew that you've talked about already, you then produced, edited, and put this whole film together. Now what? Marketing it, distributing it. Tell us a little bit about the trials and tribulations, because a lot of people do feature-length films. They remortgage their house. They do whatever it takes to get the money. But the payback. Tell us a little bit about your plans for making, getting this thing out into the world.
Well, basically, we are right now looking for distribution. I mean, we just finished. We just basically finished the film just a few days ago, basically, and we begin the process. I don't think there'll be any problems with selling this. I mean, the important thing about local filmmakers, that I tell a lot of filmmakers out there, is that the film has to have a certain look, has to have a certain feel,
right,
in order to be taken seriously. And I think we achieved that. When you look at the film, it looks 10, 15 times more than what it actually costed, and that's what I wanted to achieve. Second of all, the money was basically would gather from local investors.
How much was? What was your budget on this film?
The budget on this film was about 200 something. I mean, I don't have to know the exact figure. I would have to say maybe around 250.
Wow.
But when you look at it again, it's just and this comes from experience. It looks like a $2-3 million picture. I mean, I know actually higher than that, probably around 6 or 7.
What did you shoot on?
We shot in high definition. Even though I'm a director of photography that works both in 35 in high def,
wow,
I consider high definition the future, basically, in the sense that you can, with the right lighting and the right lenses, you can make the film look
Oh,
just like 35. And
absolutely, we agree completely.
You spend a lot less. You know, you do spend a lot less. I didn't have to deal with any labs. I didn't have to deal with it. I mean, the most gratifying thing about High Def is like I could actually leave the set knowing what I got. I mean, without having to have any doubts. Because with the high definition monitor, you can see what you're getting.
Right.
And it's a fantastic thing. And plus, you can shoot a lot more. I mean, the actors love it because we can do a lot more takes. So it was really, I mean, I'm not going to eliminate film, but I will say that HD is just it's just a fantastic format.
Beautiful.
You obviously aren't somebody that likes to sit down and hang out for too long, you know, I mean, because you're already out there pimping the film, making sure it gets out there and gets sold. What's next for you besides marketing this and then getting distribution? Do you have anything else in the works right now?
Right now, basically, I have another script called Projections. This script we're now in the process of getting funding for that, and because the previous film that we made, which is another one called Delivery, because of this film, The Second Coming, I mean, it helps when you have something already made, and it's a lot easier for us now to go and try to get some funding. I mean, I'm not saying it's super easy. I mean, you still have to go out there and do the work, but it's just become a lot easier because you can go to people and say, okay, we've done this and we've done that. It's kind of funny that as a director of photography, I have miles and miles of stuff like you show, but people didn't see me as a director.
Right.
It's like, okay, you're just a cameraman. And I'm like, they don't understand that the DP, basically the cinematographer, is pretty much the second author of the film. And you know, now that you have, it's kind of funny. I made a small film called Delivery, which it cost about $3,400, right? And it was nothing, which is probably like the soda budget on one day of shooting. And it was picked up by Warner Brothers, and suddenly it didn't matter if I had shot this, I had shot that, if I shot for Nike or McDonald's or whatever. It didn't matter. The fact that I had this one little film out there, it just kind of opened the credibility thing. I mean, kind of like they started looking at you in a different way.
Well, I think you did a wonderful job. You must be so busy now with your film coming out. Why don't you give us some congratulations on that, and thank you for calling in. Why don't you give us some contact information for you?
Okay, we'll say it again. Sorry, one more time.
I said, why don't you give us your contact information? If somebody
contact
wants
information, yes. The contact information, mainly just so you guys know, the movie Second Coming will have a website just in a couple of days or so. It should be open. It's called www.secondcomingthemovie.com. Secondcomingthemovie.com. I have a own personal website also. If you guys are interested in seeing some of my work and stuff, it's a MySpace, which I think is a fantastic tool. MySpace.com/Jose Cassella. And from the contact information, you know, you guys can, if anybody has any questions, you can contact me at ksfilms@aol.com.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, and congratulations to your film just coming out. We can't wait to
Thank you
see
guys.
it.
And thanks for joining us at Tampa Bay's Media Talk. We appreciate it.